It's time now for Issue Today, and this is where we update you on the news that you need to know with our Friday reporter, Angela Chung. Good morning, Angela.
Good morning, Sunyan.
TGIF.
Yes, and happy October.
Happy October, yes. Wanted to ask you kind of the related question of the day because you always look great. You're very slim and slender. Do you ever struggle with weight gain, like sudden weight gain, maybe after a holiday?
Yeah, I feel bloated or I feel a little like uncomfortable maybe after eating a lot of meals, like more than three or
So
four
you
meals
do
a
eat a
day.
lot, uh-huh.
Yes,
What do
but
you do afterwards then?
I tend to exercise.
Ah,
Yes.
what kind of exercise?
I do Pilates,
Mm-hmm.
yoga. I'm not really a runner,
Mm,
but I do like to walk.
mm-hmm,
So I take a really long walk
mm-hmm.
after eating a lot. That helps me just feel better about myself.
Definitely. It helps with digestion too, doesn't it? And I
Yes.
think, with running and walking, I just read something that actually, of course, running is probably better for burning off more calories in a same amount of time. But when it comes to burning off fat, they're saying that actually walking might be more beneficial. I think that's what I read, anyways.
Yeah.
Okay. So thank you for sharing your tips with us. Let's get to our first story. The Financial Services Commission, as well as the Ministry of Land, Infrastructure, and Transport, came up with some new car insurance systematic improvement plans. So this is very important if you are a driver or you're planning to drive as well.
That's right. Starting in 2023, an injured patient from a car accident whose treatment expense cost between 500,000 to 1.2 million won would have to pay from his or her own insurance from now on. So this is to prevent overtreatment from car accidents, which have caused an increased car insurance fee for everyone.
Right. Unfortunately, we probably know some people around us, or we hear about them in the news anyways, that people will maybe sometimes intentionally make themselves victims of accidents, or even if their injuries are quite minor, they will stay in the hospital for a long time. Sometimes even hospitals encouraging this, right?
That's right. Until now, people could have asked for insurance coverage from the other driver, regardless of fault ratio. But from now on, if a driver fault is 70%, his insurance would have to also partially pay for the treatment expenses. And if the treatment duration passes over 4 weeks, a written diagnosis would be required from a doctor.
Right. And you mentioned before that these changes might mean a decrease in insurance fees for the rest of us, right?
Yes, the Financial Services Commissions is expecting to save 540 billion won, which means 20 to 30,000 won per each person. Another interesting fact is that in the Oriental medicine, so whereas medical fees spent by car accident patients in Western medicine decreased by 19.4% compared to 2016, those in Oriental medicine more than doubled by 2.6 times. So this could depend on how you look at it. So, of course, it could be viewed that Oriental medicine is more effective in many patients in treating their injury from car accidents, while it could also be viewed as a more suspicious that overtreatment might have been done in this field.
All right. Well, more details are available. So if you're interested, you can just search for 자동차 보험 제도 개선 방안 or car insurance systematic improvement plans online. Once again, these measures will not come into place until 2023. Now, moving on to our next item, and this is one that has always been in the news for the past year or so. We're talking about house prices and how they keep climbing, apparently, especially in the capital here. What's the latest status like?
So offerings of solo apartments have been continuously lacking and the price is rising as there's a vicious cycle of not enough supply, thus higher price and demand. People who own apartments expect the prices to keep rising. So one real estate agent said many sellers even decided not to sell when they actually get a call from people interested in their apartments.
Right. So they decide not to sell because they think 버티면 된다. The price might actually go up even further. That's why they're not selling it. So
Right.
you can almost call these kind of false offerings as well. People who actually are looking for an apartment must be very disappointed. And that has prompted the government to actually impose a penalty on those kind of false offerings last summer.
Right. As a result of such fines, the offerings have been somewhere around 40,000, but the number has been decreasing again recently.
So the offerings you mean by the false offerings, okay. So what do experts believe or think about the situation?
The president of KRES, Korea Real Estate Society, said enough supply is, of course, urgent for the market to be stabilized. He also emphasized that the ease of regulations on transfer tax for multiple homeowners might solve the current lock on sale, which could be politically a little controversial, but that's what he said.
All right. Well, let's move on to our last item. Some good news. It's a story about an animal family at Everland, of course. I can't even remember the last time I went, but there is a new attraction aside from a very cute panda bear, I believe. It's about tiger family. Tell us more about this.
Yes, between two tigers from China, Kongun and Taeho, at Everlands, there are five quintuplets baby tigers named 아름, 다운, 우리 나라 강산, which translate into beautiful, our country landscape.
Right.
So five those little baby tigers. These names were selected from an online voting event held by Everland, and they actually remind me of the one famous Korean actor's triplets, the little babies 대한, 민국, 만세.
My God, they must have grown so much by now.
Yes, I heard they're like elementary students now.
Yes, oh, I miss them, especially. All right, well, these quintuplets, of course, tigers being endangered animals all around the world, very special that we can see them right here in Korea. Where can they see them, and how easy is it to actually get to them too?
So these quintuplets are first grade of endangered Siberian tiger species. The zookeeper said quintuplets are very special and very rare. So right now they're with their parent Kongon at Tiger Valley section at Everland. But as they grow up, they will get their each own space. So hurry up and see them all together.
Right. They do get quite big, so they will need their own space. Thank you very much for those updates, Angela. Have a great weekend, and we'll see you again on Monday.
See you on Monday.
Do you have questions about life in Korea? Send us your opinions and feedback anytime during the show. Simply text us at #1